G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of U-Boat on U-96. Back on board and we are heading out on patrol. Last time we took down some crucial technology, and this time we're hopefully going to go out and hunt ourselves down some enemy cargo. Maybe some more technology, but we'll have to see how that goes as we get along. Alright, so here we are, just patrolling around, and we've got a quick message here on the radio here, so we'll better take a look at that and see what's happening. So we'll just receive that message there from BDU. Could be some more crucial technology. Okay, yes, so the U.S.A. have now declared war on Germany, so we are all good to go and attack any American ship and even enemy ports of the U.S.A. if we wish. So that may open up some extra missions for us over on the other side of the Atlantic, so that is good to know. But now we are free to take down any U.S.A. ships. We have been already, but we will continue to do so. And that's probably going to make the campaign a little bit harder actually, now that they are fully in on the war. That means that they are going to be sending a lot more ships over towards the east side of the Atlantic here. Here we go, we've got some contact here. We may as well check this out and we will follow them, get ourselves into a good position, and we will try and take down the big stuff if there is any, and we will make the most of this, and then we'll get back out on patrol. We are yet to reach the patrol sector, so this is going to be a nice little start for us. So we'll just get into position, we'll wait for them to come into our range, and then we will... It's unfortunate that our guys have chosen to go to bed right now, but that's okay. We'll deal with it and we'll see what we can take down. Well, here we are then. We have visual contact, so let's take a look. We probably won't attack that with a torpedo, but we are looking for the big stuff, just like this Liberty right here. That's going to be probably priority number one. See if there's any other big stuff here. Yep, we have an American C3, so we can probably go for that as well. And we may as well take down what we can out of this convoy. And that looks like a big ship on the map, but it's not. It's just an Empire. So there's a couple of escorts here, but I think we best probably just maybe take down one escort, and we'll try and take down the big Liberty and maybe the C3 as well. So we better suss out what direction of travel they're doing. That'll be a good start, and then we can start thinking about a solution. Not going to dismantle this whole convoy because we are yet to get to our patrol sector, and we may as well try and just take out the big stuff from here on. There's no point wasting our time trying to torpedo small empires. We want to be going for the big stuff. That's where the numbers are, so we'll go with that. So we'll just pan around here and we'll see hopefully that one of either the Liberty or the C3 is going to be in range for a torpedo attack. So there's a destroyer over there. We don't want to play around with that too much at the moment. So here we go, we've got the Liberty. So let's chuck in 24 degrees for you, recognize you as a Liberty, and we'll do a quick distance and speed check, and she should be good to go, and we'll get a couple of torpedoes straight in the water. So we'll do a quick speed check now. We'll get that clock started and see what she's doing. And we'll stop the clock there. 9 knots, so they're going pretty fast actually for a convoy. We may as well chuck all this information in here on this C3, and if that's within 5,000 meters, then we may as well launch a torpedo at that. And we'll try and get a double attack here going, and that'll pretty much do it for this convoy here. Yeah, so she is within range, just about. So we will send 2 torpedoes away at the C3, and then we'll try and time it right, and we'll send 2 torpedoes away at that Liberty, and hopefully we'll get both of those ships down, and then we can move on, head out towards our patrol sector, and we'll get hopefully pick up some other convoys or lone ships in that area. But we don't really want to be dismantling too much of this, but we're wasting too many torpedoes taking down destroyers, and really I just want to take down the large cargo from here on out. So we shouldn't need to separate these too much, so we'll fire that now, I think.
40 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag.
Well, we got the 2 hits on the Liberty, but I don't think we're going to get lucky and hit that C3, so that is unfortunate. I probably should have timed that a little bit better. And we are already being pinged on sonar, so I say that if this Liberty goes down, which I think it should, judging by that fire on board, that she is going to be good to go, and unfortunately that C3 may end up sailing on. So that's 2 torpedoes wasted. So I'm not really keen on coming back to try and waste more torpedoes. Don't want to waste more than is necessary. We don't have enough to replenish torpedoes, and we want to use them and make the most of it, and that C3 is not really going to be worth the hassle of dealing with the rest of this convoy. So we'll just let this Liberty go down, and then we'll get out of here and we'll continue on, try and find ourselves another convoy or lone rangers. Do like a lone tanker or something is always good to find. But that Liberty is going down, and that's our objective finished already. But we are here to take down a lot more than that, obviously. And yet to still hit the C3, so gonna count that one as a miss. So that's very unfortunate, and there's no way we're gonna be able to pop up and get that with a deck gun. I don't know what's going on with the camera here. I'm not touching the mouse at all, but it's a little bit shaky. Maybe due to an update in the game, I'm not too sure. But yeah, those torpedoes are well out of where they need to be going, so that is 2 torpedoes wasted. But we are going to continue to try and evade, and we will let the rest of this convoy move on, and we will try and pick something else up along the ways, as long as we can stay away from this horde of destroyers that are going to be coming our way. May as well chuck out a sonar decoy just to give us every chance of getting away properly. And as long as, yeah, so all these destroyers are coming for us right now, apart from that one in the middle. It is a large one though, it's probably the main escort. So as long as we stay away, there are depth charges in the water, but it looks to be all good. Can't see anything flashing up around the ship. So we'll just keep moving, and we will try and find ourselves other ships elsewhere, and we'll just say goodbye to this convoy and they can keep going to wherever they're going. But we've got a good start. We've got 1 Liberty down, and that's over 7,000 tons, so not too bad. Alright, well, we've got this lone Empire here, so we will probably surface up and take this down with the deck gun. Should be a fair few thousand tons there for us, but we don't need to waste any torpedoes, so we'll just get right in its face. We'll get the captain up on the deck gun, and we'll get rid of this thing, and then we can keep moving on. But I'm happy to take down ships like this all day long if that's what happens. Nice easy pickings for us. So we'll just come to a stop here, and that thing can sail right in front of us. We will just deck gun the crap out of it, and hopefully we should put it down, no worries at all, and we'll be on our way. There we go. That should be enough damage done to the ship. Huge fire on the board, and yeah, that water damage is now
Sie sinken.
confirmed that she is going down, so not too bad. Didn't waste too many rounds of ammunition either. We do have heaps in the hold, so we should just be fine to carry on popping ships like that down, no problem at all. If we can find a whole bunch of lone ships like that, then I'll be happy. And we may as well try and pick ourselves up some passengers here, just to get that extra XP and extra rewards. There she goes, she's done for, and we have heaps of ammunition left as well. And we may as well see if we can find a captain, and we can, and an engineer by the looks of it. And we may as well take a full boat of sailors as well, so very good stuff. Now we need to get moving. Hopefully we can pick ourselves up a few more of those. We are in the patrol sector now. It would be nice to find a convoy, but if we find lone ships all day, then I'm happy to do that. And we'll just make sure that we do everything right. So, a bit of a radio message there, but it's probably that ship that was just sinking, or maybe there's another ship in the area that I'm not aware of at the moment, but we'll keep moving. We've got the hydrophone up, and we'll just try and make contact, and hopefully we'll find ourselves something very soon. Normally it does happen quite quickly around this area because it's a very busy area for shipping, and we already have another lone freighter here. We actually have multiple, so let's take our pick.
Jawohl.
Right, there we go. Another tanker down, a Lone Ranger tanker. Unfortunately, we didn't get a massive explosion. Could really do with some high explosive deck gun ammunition, but there's just nothing in the port for that. So we'll just have to take what we can. Sometimes we get the explosions, sometimes we don't, but it doesn't really matter as long as the boat goes down at the end of the day. And she is slipping down beneath the waves, and we'll keep on moving. And we are still a couple of more single merchants with no escort in the area, so we're just going to keep moving, try and catch up to those guys now, and hopefully we should be able to take down at least, I think there was 3 of them all together. If we can get down another one, then I'll be happy, but we're just going to keep moving. We're doing alright so far. We haven't wasted many more torpedoes, still just those 2 on that C3, so we're just going to keep moving. We'll find ourselves a convoy eventually, but we're just going to focus on these 2 or 3 Lone Rangers, and we'll get those down with a deck gun, and then we'll get back to business and see where we're at. Well, here we are. We have another lone ship here. We've found it. Let's just take a look at what it is, and we'll hopefully get this thing under the waves ASAP. Looks like it's just another Empire, unarmed, so it shouldn't take us too long to put her under. And there we go, the damage is done. A bit of a fire there should finish her off, and she's going to go down, and that's another 3,000 or 4,000 tons to the tally. So we're doing alright so far, and we still have plenty of torpedoes on board, so we should be able to pick ourselves up some nice big juicy convoy at some point. We just need to find it at first. There we go, we have confirmation that she is going to go down, and we can keep moving. There was still one more lone ship that we need to chase down. So we'll get on with that, and hopefully we can just deck gun that thing down as well, and then we'll be on our way.
Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloi.
there we go, and we just reload our deck gun, get those red lights back on because it's night time now, and we will transfer some ammunition over to the deck gun and we'll keep moving. Just realized actually that that ship is a Swedish ship, so I probably shouldn't have attacked it. Kind of was in two minds after I fired about 4 or 5 shots at it, and then I thought, oh well, what are they going to do anyway? We'll just keep going, might as well just take them down. So hopefully we don't get no trouble from that when we go back to the port. But that's another ship down. Hopefully it counts towards our tally, and we just want to get some ammunition moved on over, and we'll keep sailing around and we'll try and find ourselves some more ships, and hopefully we'll pick up a convoy very soon. Well, here we go. We've got ourselves a little group, 5 to 12 ships here, coming into just about into visual range. Here we go. We can now take a look at the leader, see what it is that we're going to be dealing with here. It looks like a British Empire. Well, we don't want to be wasting torpedoes on such a thing like that, so we will let them move in a little bit more, and we'll see what we can pick off on the larger side of things. So they look like they're pretty much just heading straight north, maybe about 4 degrees off. Now we don't want to be using that, we want the protractor. Yeah, so maybe 4 or 5 degrees slightly off, so around about 255, 256 maybe. We'll just have a quick check of that. Yeah, so it's barely anything off to the side there, so we'll move in a little bit closer and we'll let them move in as well, and then we'll try and pick ourselves off a good target. Probably a good time to stop here, and we'll see what's going to be the best option here. So it doesn't look like there's a whole heap here that's going to be of any large takings, but that Liberty there looks like a good one to go for. There's already far too many escorts here to be dealing with as much of this as I would like to. Unfortunately we don't have that many torpedoes, but I think we'll take that Liberty down for sure. And then we can let the rest of these guys run on again, just like we did with that first convoy that we saw. Unfortunately, there's only the one ship here to take. But we should probably close that distance just a little bit more. Liberty is probably just out of range for us. So we'll try our best though, and we'll make sure that we get a hit on that. And we'll sink that thing, and then we can move on. I don't think we'll be able to attack anything else after. So yeah, 3-5, just off straight north, and we'll recognize that as a Liberty, and we'll see is she within the 5,000 meters. A little bit choppy out there to try and tell, but we'll do a quick speed check and then we'll let them close in a little bit more and recheck to see if they're within the range. And we'll stop the clock there at 6 knots, perfect. And we should probably just keep closing that gap just a little bit more. That weather is a little bit choppy out there. We want to make sure that we've got a good reading on the distance. She was just a little bit too far out before, so we can close down an extra few hundred meters on her, then that'll be good. Just enough so that these destroyers don't pick us up before we get the torpedoes launched. And then we'll have to make good of our escape pretty much straight away. So we'll just do another quick check here. She should be well within the distances now, and I think I'm happy with that. We'll get tube 1 and 2 flooded up, get those ready to go, and that should be more than enough to sink that, and then we'll just get moving, try and pick ourselves up some other shipping elsewhere. So tube 1 and 2 away. There we go, 2 good hits there on that Liberty, and she is looking like she's in real trouble. Serious damage, of course. Big fire on deck, and searchlights out there in the distance. Is that a little fast craft thing that's going to come for us? But we are going to drop down and get some decoys in the water any second now. Let's just watch this Liberty burn her way down. She should be more than enough to go under the waves, and that'll be another 7,000 tons towards the tally. So looking pretty good. There we go, that damage is, it's all happening there. And that flooding should follow very soon, so that's going to go down, and we just need to make sure that we can get out of this situation alive. And we'll carry on. We'll let the rest of this convoy move, just go wherever they're heading. Unfortunately, we can't take down all those destroyers, so we'll just have to let them move on. Forget about them, and hopefully we'll find ourselves other shipping around. There's plenty of convoys in the area, we know that much. The shipping lanes down in the south here are very good, so we can always rely on finding something. Just hope we can find just the right amount of ships, but we'll get moving now and make sure that we stay alive from here. Well, we've got ourselves another lone freighter over here, just an Empire or something or other. So we will take this thing down with the deck gun, no need to waste any torpedoes. Still hunting for something a bit more substantial, like a convoy. But any lone ships that we can find just like this, we may as well take them if we can. So we're obviously going to need to close the distance. It's a little bit choppy out here for trying to use the deck gun, so we'll just get right on its tail and make it nice and easy for ourselves. Running a bit low on ammunition, so we better get some of that pushed up to the deck gun here. I have been trying to do it before, but I think maybe surfacing the boat maybe interrupts doing that. So we've got 7 rounds left in the gun to try and put this thing under, and hopefully we'll get some guys bringing up the ammo just in case we need a few more rounds to finish her off. Oh, that was lucky. Looks like just the right enough amount of ammo there to put that thing under. Hopefully that fire will take care of the flooding for us. Now the guys can carry on bringing up that ammunition, ready for if we find another lone Empire or something that we need to shoot down. We're going to keep on moving, keep searching, and we need to find ourselves some bigger shipping. Taken down quite a bit with the deck gun today. We've pretty much used up all the ammo. We've got some in storage which we're bringing up, but very rarely we get through that amount of ammo. So we'll keep moving. Looks like she is going to go down, but we'll just stay here just in case we need to pop 1 or 2 more shells into that, and then we'll get moving and we'll try and find ourselves something else.
Alarm abgebrochen!
Well, we've got ourselves another Lone Ranger ship out here, so we are going to close in the distance here. I think this is a little bit more substantial than an Empire. I think it's a tanker. I need to double check though, and we should probably send a couple of torpedoes at this. We could deck gun it down, but may as well get some torpedoes out today. We haven't had the best success with them so far, but we will hopefully have some success here. So we know they're on a heading of 208, and we'll just recognize this. What kind of tanker is that? A T2? Maybe not. The funnel at the back. It's an old class, I think. Go with an old class for that. Probably shouldn't matter that much from the distance we're at. Wouldn't really make too much of a difference if we got it wrong. But we'll just do a quick speed check and then we'll get some torpedoes in the water. So get that clock going. And we'll stop the clock right there. 9 knots, as to be expected. She is out here on her own. I think 2 torpedoes should be more than enough. So we'll send tube 2 and 3 away, flooding up. Get those away and hopefully we'll get 2 hits and we may end up with a large explosion here as well. Well, there we go. We've got 2 hits with the torpedoes. We did get an explosion as well. So hopefully that fire at the front of the ship there is going to take the rest of that damage down for us. Can't imagine a tanker will survive much more than 2 torpedo hits here. So we're just going to be waiting. And hopefully that fire is going to spread. It looks like it is. Spread towards the back middle there. Fire at the front's gone out though, so that's not very helpful. And that fire doesn't look like it's going to last either. So maybe need to surface up here and just put a couple of rounds with the deck gun just to send that thing under. There's a fair few bit of tonnage there for us. Yeah, so it doesn't look like she's going to go down. Used a bit of time compression and all that, but we'll just surface up the boat. No worries at all. Couple of rounds into her and she'll go down and we can be on her way. She's still drifting, which isn't really an issue, but that's all good. So we'll just get up on the deck gun. Couple of rounds. I can't imagine it's going to take more than 1 or 2 just to finish that off. She's sitting so low in the water. A couple of rounds and she'll be done for. So we'll get that done and we'll get moving. And there we go, that should just about do it, I think. Can't imagine she'll need any more than that. Probably gone a bit overkill with the rounds, but better to be sure. So we'll keep moving. We can't take any passengers here. And our guy has decided that he needs to go to bed, so we'll get that message sent away. We'll get back under the waves and we'll keep on moving. Still got quite a few kilometers to do in the patrol zone, so we'll get on with that and hopefully we'll pick ourselves up a convoy or something heading up towards the UK. That'll be a good way to finish up. Oh, here they are. They're all in visible range now, so we can start plotting an attack. I think we're a little bit close to this destroyer that's coming our way, so we'll just do a quick reading of their heading. This will probably be the last of our attacks today, so it's 48 degrees. Yeah, we're running out of torpedoes, really, so we'll make the most of what we can in this convoy, but I would say that this destroyer closest to us is going to have to go. And that will give us an opening to go in and attack anything else. So we'll get rid of that thing first and then we'll let them go evasive and we'll come back in for another move once that's all been cleared up. A little bit choppy out here. Pretty poor weather conditions, but we'll get rid of this destroyer and then hopefully we'll just target the biggest ship that we can possible. I don't think we'll be able to get in there and get out with this thing heading towards us. So let's just quickly recognize that. A little bit difficult with the angle that we're looking at it. Probably an EF. Can't really go much wrong if we misrecognize it, so maybe we'll just go with that. Course was 48. and distance is probably a bit much, so we'll let them move in just a little bit closer. Maybe we'll target that Liberty on the way out once we've taken care of this. There's actually quite a lot in here for the taking. I wish we met this thing earlier and we would have been able to sink quite a bit. We have sunk quite a lot already today, but it would have been nice to get some larger stuff, and we may have been able to save ourselves a couple of misses on the torpedo front, but that's okay. So this should be well within range, and it is, and we'll just do a quick speed check just to get a good reading, and then we'll be away. We'll get one torpedo sent at this. That should be enough to take it down, and then we can use the last of our torpedoes to try and sink something else. I don't really know how much more we're going to get out of this convoy. Now, move the camera there, so I'm going to have to start that again. So yeah, we'll do a proper speed check and we'll see what she's up to. And we'll stop the clock right there. 7 knots, pretty standard. So we've got a few torpedoes. We should be able to launch a few here, and we'll see if we can take ourselves some names, but we'll start with this destroyer and see how we go.
Los!
Well, there we go. One good hit there on that destroyer, and that should be enough to at least stop her from following. Doesn't look like the damage is quite enough, but her back end is sitting right under the waves now, so hopefully she is going to be at the very least dead in the water, and we'll come back and maybe finish that off if we have to. But it doesn't look like she's going to be causing us any issues from here on, so we can get moving, and there is a few ships in here that we want to try and take down. So we're going to just start plotting a course. Yeah, it doesn't look like she's going to go. So we'll have to come back and deal with that in a little while, which is fine, but at the moment we have got destroyers coming at us from all angles. So we will need to get away from all of these people and come in, and we'll try and get a good attack done here. Try and sink a couple of these nice big freighters. That'll be the ideal situation. So we'll go and do that. We'll get ourselves lined up and pop a few shots away. Alright, we'll see if we can do a bit better this time. Missed a couple of opportunities before. Pretty much expelled most of our torpedoes and missed. So let's just make sure that we get it right this time. I think it was just rushing and we got it wrong and ended up missing a few torpedoes there. And we'll stop the clock there. So she is doing 7 knots. I don't know why we missed before, but we'll just have to send this last torpedo away and see what happens. Hopefully we'll get a hit here, and hopefully one torpedo is going to be enough to actually put this thing under. So tube 5 away. Okay, good, we got the hit, and there's some explosions. That's always a good sign, and it looks like the one torpedo will be enough this time. She is gone for, straight down to the bottom. Unfortunately, I don't think we can attack anything else in this convoy. Shouldn't have missed with those torpedoes, should have just taken my time there a bit, and we would have got some more, but that's just the way it goes. So we are going to have to get out of the way of all of this, and then we'll have to try and sink that destroyer and head on home, I think. Wow, that should be enough. Yep, she is going down, so that clears that up, and we are home free now. No stress here, and we'll get that message sent away. And there is a friendly U-boat here, and I'm wondering if that may have caused us a problem during our attack previously, but I'm not too sure if I can blame the friendly torpedo, the friendly sub for that. Maybe that was on me, but she is down in the depths there, so she's not going to be causing us any problems. So we have got just a few more kilometers that we need to clock up, and then we can get cruising back on towards port. So we'll get those done as quickly as possible, and we'll make sure that everybody gets back to port and has a rest, and we'll refuel and get ready for the next time we go out. Hopefully we'll do a little bit better than we have this time. Just need to be a little bit more patient with the attacks. Starting to get a bit complacent lately, just instead of waiting for them to all calm down and cruise around and come back to their cruising speed, just trying to get in there and take as much down as possible, but that's not really working out this time. So we need to just be a bit more patient and a little bit more methodical about the way we go about it. But yeah, we're pretty good. Got some points that we can probably spend on research after this as well. So we'll get these Ks done and we'll head on back into the port. And here we go, just back in time for Christmas, which is good for the guys, good for morale. So let's see how we did. So you're heading towards a new medal. How are we doing? Probably not going to get it today. Maybe next time if we're lucky, we'll get the new medal. And the United States Congress declares war upon Germany. So yeah, they are well into the war now, which is kind of the turning point. So things are definitely going to get a little bit harder from here on out. We may end up seeing some aircraft carriers and whatnot floating around these parts of the waters. So hopefully we'll sink a few of those. And here's a little list of everything that we've sunk today. It's actually a lot more than I thought. 61,000 tons. Pretty happy with that actually. Probably shouldn't have sunk that that Swedish ship there, but doesn't look like we got any trouble for it. And only one destroyer, and we did all the mission objectives, so not a bad outing. Pretty decent actually. Pretty happy with that. Well, that does it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment down below. Let us know what you're thinking. I'm going to continue on with U-96 pretty much until the end of the war, if we can stay alive that long. So we will keep it coming. I've been away a little bit recently. We are in the process of moving house, so it's a little bit of a struggle to try and keep up with the videos, but I'm trying my best. I'll do what I can. So hopefully you're still enjoying the episodes and the series, and I'll see you in the next video.